Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Bouncing. My name is Susan Churchill, and I'm a certified trainer, practice group leader, and happy practitioner of Spring Forest Qigong, created over 30 years ago by Master Chen Yilan. Thanks for coming and joining us today. So, today we're bringing in peace and clarity. So, probably 4 months or so, we have been bringing in the overall intention of peace in some form or other. And I got the Google or chat, I'm not sure which one I asked, to give me combinations of words. And we're starting to run out. So we're on to number 53 of 60. So I'll have to get some more. So today is Hi Lynn, is peace and clarity. So when we do our Spring Forest Qigong practice, it's um, it's not the same as exercise. Exercise helps our cardiovascular, helps our muscles, um, and even though Spring Forest Qigong does help in that way as well, its focus, its purpose is to bring us back into ourselves, all the parts of ourselves. So we're talking connect to our soul, spirit, our emotions, our body, right? So bringing everything in together in balance. Hi June, hi Shelby. So that's where we're at. That's our focus. And so bringing in an intention like peace and clarity helps our connection to the universe, and the universe, the divine essence, the life force that we have, then can help us to create that here. So when we bring in a intention of peace and clarity, we're asking for that to show up in our lives. So let's get started, okay? And then, of course, while we're doing our practice, we all bring in all of our own individual intentions, and then as a group, we're able to support each other in those intentions as well. Hi, Pam. Hi, Martha. All right, so here we go. So our feet are shoulder hip distance apart. We bend the knees. Shoulders are softened down, elbows out, fingers separated a little bit. When you have your fingers closed like this, that closes the chi flow, and so we want to keep them open. So think of that when you're having different emotions. Okay, I'm going to put something else in here. Um, if you get scared or angry or whatever, and notice that your fingers are going to come together, and even maybe you're going to have your hands in a fist. And so take a breath and release them out and see how that affects your emotions in that moment. Okay, so feet, shoulder, hip distance apart, bend your knees, and then you can tuck your tailbone in and out. See, feel a little release in the back. Your spine is nice and straight. Shoulders are softened, and you can move them around if you need to feel like, oh, this is what I don't want, and then, oh, okay, let them come down, elbows out, fingers open, smile on your face, tip of the tongue touching the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. Let your tongue touch the roof of the mouth even when you're breathing out. Tuck your chin in a little bit. Let some joy bubble up from your heart as we remember smile. Start my internal love engine. And then just kind of notice that you are more than just your form. You're more than just the thoughts you have. Feel the connection of the mind and body and spirit together. Feel the connection to the universe, to our little piece of divinity ourselves. Hi, Shelby. Hi, Maria. Hi, Joanne. And see if you can feel the connection from the bottom of your feet into the earth, like roots. And you may notice, like I was just noticing, I was leaning forward. So I'm going to invite balance. So you may notice that you're leaning to one way or the other. Just invite balance. And then feel the energy of the earth going through you and out into the universe and back, and the connection to the universe. And you might see or imagine a beautiful sun in the center of the universe, beaming down love and light, feeling it on your skin. And then we just start bouncing. A little joy bubbles up. Now, many times we'll go and scoop up the energy of the earth. So if that feels right to you to do, go ahead and scoop it up and let it go through you and feel the change. Feel the exchange of chi coming in and chi going out. We're always changing. We're always in motion. We bring in chi, our life force, with intelligence. We release it. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Notice your breath. Is that what you want to focus on today? Your in-breath? And feeling how your chest feels when you breathe in. Your out-breath. And notice how long it goes. Or maybe you want to focus on that space between the in-breath and the out-breath. Hi, Concepcion. Happy to see you. Happy to see all of my dear friends here today. Hi, Susan. So let's bring our hands up over our heads so we can stimulate the heart and lungs and fulfill what Master Lin says, that if you bounce for 5 minutes within an hour of waking up, you live to 100. When we're letting our hands just flap at the wrists, and you can have them up higher than me, and you can have them lower. You can have one up, one down. You can be laying down right now or sitting and just visualizing what you can't do physically right now. Because as we visualize how we want to be, to do even the bouncing, like I still have my arms are still back a little bit, and I visualize them way up like that, or even more, so that I can direct the chi to say, you know, she really would like her hands to go way up in the air again. Can we do that? And with gratitude, I feel that and I imagine it. The great thing about this practice is you don't have to wait until you're well, quote unquote, to do it. As a matter of fact, it's so powerful when you're not, when your mind is going a mile a minute, or your emotions are all over the place, or your body is aching. Because you notice the change. You'll notice the change that much more easily. Like when I started over 5.5 years ago, I was stuck in fight or flight mode. And within the first 20 minutes of Master Lin's practice, just finding him on Facebook Live, so generous with his time and his healing, and I snapped it out of it, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I knew that was going to work. I knew this was for me. So when you have pain and you're like, oh, I really don't think I can do this, but you do a little bit, whatever you can do, and then you notice, wait a second, that lower back pain's less than it was when I started. So many people come to Spring Forest Qigong because they are in need of some sort of healing. Other people are already on their path, and they may do many modalities, And then they find Spring Forest and they're like, oh, another tool in my toolbox, another way to live my life as amazingly as I can, as truly as I can. And some people are coming to help to heal others. And so they're learning not only how they can help themselves, but how they can send healing chi to others, to your dogs, to your plants. So as you're bouncing, just kind of notice and pay attention. Did the shoulders come up? How's your posture? How's your feet feeling? Do you feel more grounded? Do you feel like, you've got bigger feet or they're going into the earth? Did you start holding your wrists? I find myself doing that when I talk sometimes. I found myself doing that just earlier. Did you stop breathing? Did your mind go off somewhere? You're like, oh, Susan's droning on again. I'm off thinking about my to-do list for today. And we'll release our hands down to the sides. And that's okay. You just come back. You just come back to the moment. And you can always turn this down and do your practice, because a lot of people do not want to hear someone jabbering on. So if that's you, just turn the volume down or off and just follow with the practice. It depends on what's right for you. Awesome, 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 awesome. And you can go to springforestqigong.com and look in the classes and stuff, and then see some other people that offer not only level 1, 2, and 3, but then you can find them and connect to them and check out their practices and see like, ooh, I want to try their practice because they're actually near where I live or something like that. All right, so awesome, awesome, awesome. So that was our bouncing. And now we're going to do our shoulder shrugs. I know I didn't do shoulder shrugs yesterday. Okay, shoulders up, head back. Thank you for being so kind so I could leave early and get on with Spring Forest Qigong with Master Jackie. Doing Spring Forest Qigong every day. I have to watch it again. It felt really good. Release your shoulders down, head up. And I'm going to try to find comments. It is very difficult to find comments. Before, it was easier when we were just on Facebook, but then it wasn't working out anymore for Spring Forest Qigong to do it only there or something like that. I don't know the whole thing. But in that case, it was really easy to see who all was on there and who all made comments so you could connect with them. Let's do one more time. Shoulders up, head back. So if you made comments, especially in the throughout the thing versus after, and you're like, why hasn't she got back to me? Well, that's why, because I can't find them. So please just DM me with your questions and such, because I'd love to hear from you. All right, very, very good. Now see how you're feeling right now. Are you starting to get heated up maybe? Or are you starting to like zone out because you're already going into Shen? Let's continue stimulating by tapping and cupping. Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's, I don't exactly know how they do it, but they connect on one thing and then they connect on another thing, and it goes and it's saved in YouTube. Shelby was just asking about that. But somehow the comments that are made during it either are lost or someone who understands that could teach me, because I'd love to be able to find that. Let's stimulate the heart and lungs. Oh, I'm getting hot like crazy. This is awesome. Underarm, left side, right side. So things like that, when you notice that you are getting warm or you got cold or maybe even, your arm just started jumping out. Cup the kidneys. Rub at the back of your hands and your palms. Tap. Shelby says, I'm a different name on YouTube. My husband picked the name Sketchy or something like that. Awesome. I do remember seeing Sketchy at some point. Reach around. Cut both sides of your left knee, both sides of your right knee. And if you're not pregnant, come up on the toes and down on the heels. And let's just let go of all ideas, preconceived notions of what is happening right now with you and your chi. So even though I'm, directing this practice, it's really about you and your chi and your life force and what's happening with you. So I know sometimes I'm out there and I'm not coming totally in too when I'm doing someone's practice or I'm doing my own practice or whatever. And I have to say, wait a second, this is about me. I gotta bring myself in and experience what's happening because that's where the magic is. All right, cool. So excellent, excellent, excellent. That's all the active exercises. Um, so why are the active exercises necessary? We're activating our chi, we're waking it up, we're getting it flowing, we're becoming aware of all our organ systems, right? And our beautiful liver system and stomach system, and the heart and the lungs and stomach and the pancreas and everybody that's in there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you ever think of that, you get a book like anatomy and whatnot, and you look at it and you're like, wow, I couldn't have thought of this. My brother, I'll give you a little story. My brother, as we get into beginning of the universe position, feet, shoulder, hip distance apart, bend the knees, maybe bend a little bit more. We're going to need extra energy if you're in the holiday time and you're going to go shopping. So bend the knees a little bit more. Stretch your fingers out and toes. Stimulate 12 meridians in the body. Mega stretch, mega stretch, mega stretch. And release. Shoulders down. Smile on your face. Tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth. Bring your chin in a little bit. And smile. Start my internal love engine. Start to feel your connection between your body and your physical form and your energetic or light form, and notice that. And I'll tell you that little story about my brother. So my brother, he went to medical school, and he said, I wasn't that connected to the idea of soul or divine or anything like that until I went to medical school and was like, wow, there's some intelligence, some love, some bliss that has created this beautiful body and all, something like that, he said. And I thought that was wild. So feel your connection to the universe. Feel that connection to what's most divine for you. As we say the password, I am in the universe. The universe is in my body. The universe and I combine together. Connecting to what's most divine for you. You ask for what you want. Ask it from the deepest part of you. This is what I want. This is what I want. I want family around. I want to feel connected. I want to do good deeds. I want to help other people to feel the way I do in this moment. How's that feeling? Do you feel as if you're lifting off a little bit? Almost lifting off the ground? Like with your eyes closed, can you tell if you have a body, or is it kind of phasing in and out? This is where the healing happens. It's called song. We're like a pine tree at the beginning of the universe. Shen, between being and not being. And let's take our hands up over our heads. And we're going to do connecting heaven and earth. So we take our hands up over our heads, come back a little bit, like you're holding a giant beach ball. What's your beach ball look like? I have one that looks like a turkey. A happy turkey. And this movement is to help bring peace, to release anxiety and overthinking. We breathe in and we slowly lower at the knees. To whatever's comfortable for you. And then we breathe out and we straighten back up. Breathing in as we lower. And breathing out as we straighten. If you can go really slowly, but you need more breaths, then go ahead and do that, all right? Going slower allows ourselves to focus more and to feel that chi, that life force, better. Now, this is the earth element, meaning the soil versus the planet. And in our body, that's our spleen and our stomach and our pancreas. So let's let chi run through these organs, this organ system, and heal ourselves with yellow light or any earth color. And you can use the sound hu. So when you do and add sounds, you make more vibration, and it goes through the throat, right? Through your, from your lungs and up through, and then out through the lips, and that has vibrations in all of that. So maybe try this a little bit. So we breathe in as we go down, and then we just softly chant Hu. And if you could do a lower tone, that has more an effect, and I suppose it has to do with the wavelength. And as you do it, maybe you chant, out loud for a while, and then it gets softer and softer until it's even just the vibration and you hear it within. And of course, if you need to bring your hands down at any point and bring them up a little later, go ahead. See if you can feel the vibration in your lips. And we release our hands down when you finish the next movement. Let's take in 3 deep, gentle breaths in. Let your shoulders relax even more. And as we're breathing like this, focus on the lower dantian, our vitality center, where there's always a beautiful, gentle light, and bring all the light, all the chi you've cultivated into that area as a beautiful ball of light, and then spin, 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 and just get it spinning and spinning. And let's just watch it spin as we soften everything, and we appreciate the healing we just experienced, and we continue to experience the peace and clarity that we brought in, and see how that unfolds during your day, and write about it, put it in a journal. And then it spins, 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 and turns into a tiny little energy pill. You tuck deep behind the navel. Let's rub our hands, rub our face. Know that we're going to have a beautiful day. And we just can't wait to get it started. Rub your ears, pull your earlobes. Let's do 9 if you can. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I love that. Nice hot ears. You just give a massage to your whole body. All right, one giant 10,000 hand breath in. Let yourself to actually feel 10,000 hands coming out. Whoa. And the gifts of the universe coming down into your arms. By the universe, by the divinity, by your soul, by your loved ones. And we bring it in, we accept the gifts, we accept the responsibility to send them out to everyone we know and don't know, as we say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I send you many, many blessings, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye.